What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome back to Football Manager Flashbacks. Today we are going to be taking a look at the last 10 years of Cristiano Ronaldo in the Football Manager series. On screen here you can see him aged 33 in Football Manager 2019. Join me as we take a trip down memory lane, see how Manchester United's Ronaldo turned into the global superstar, how Football Manager perceived his development, and at the end we will holiday forward 10 years from Football Manager 2009 to see what the game thought his career might have had in store. Anyway guys, let's get into this. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, drop a like on today's video. Let me know you like the idea of this new series. If you've got a suggestion for a future player, leave it down in the comments. And without further ado, let's head back in time to Football Manager 2009. So here we are, folks, in Football Manager 2009. It feels like I've hopped into a time machine. This UI feels very dated, and well, what also feels a little dated is the idea of Ronaldo being 23 years young. You can see, obviously, already a regular international for the Portuguese national team. Looking at his attributes as a whole, you can see his physical's very, very good. His heading and his jumping reach, they're not the world-class level they are in Football Manager 2019. Also interesting to note that the two attributes he has that have a value of 20 and are maxed out are his dribbling and his flair, which isn't the case, I think, in all the other versions of the game. Obviously, good penalty taking, good technique, finishing and first touch right up there. If we just look, I believe that this followed, yeah, you can see here, this followed his breakthrough season, really, as becoming one of the Premier League's best players. 31 goals he got in 34 league games. The year before that, 17. People kind of forget it. It did take him a couple of seasons, really, to find his feet at Manchester United, but find them he certainly has. And he does look like one of the world's greatest players. Of course, in just 1 year's time, he is going to make his move to Real Madrid as well. If we just look here at the Football Manager 2009 database editor, you can see his current ability in this year's game was 190. This is a value out of 200. It's a bit like a FIFA overall, I guess. He also has a potential of 195, and you can also see his reputations here. But yes, 190 current ability. Will be interesting to see how that changes over the course of, well, the next 10 years of Football Manager database action. Anyway, folks, let's go forward 4 years' time to the age of 27. Ronaldo entering his prime at Real Madrid. How is he getting on at Los Blancos? Let's find out. So here he is, Ronaldo. You'll notice his wages, £200,000. If you were keen-eyed, you might have noticed at Manchester United it was about £110,000. So it's doubled in that time. Keep an eye on that number because that is going to make your eyes water as we go forward in time. But, well, you can see here Ronaldo's added an additional 40 caps to the Portuguese national team. Interesting to see that his natural position is still the left winger at this point. He can also play on the right and as a striker. When it comes to his 20s, you can see only determination, his flair, dropped off, as did his dribbling, and in its place, his finishing has shone through, alongside his just incredible physicals. I mean, that is the big thing about Ronaldo that I think he will be remembered for, is just the fact he's been able to have his career go on so long. And just as a physical specimen, he's not really human, is he? You can see the numbers he's put in for Real Madrid here were just pretty much unheard of. You know, the number, people don't realise how great Messi and Ronaldo were, but you can just see here that the 46 goals he got in a league season. That is ludicrous. Of course, £80 million he moved for. If we just look at the editor here, you can see his current ability was still 190. So his actual overall ability hadn't changed in the 4 years between FM09 and FM13. But they've kind of just been redistributed around a little bit. His reputation, again, still very, very solid. But I think what's undeniable is that at this point, Ronaldo was, I want to say he was in his prime. You're going to be surprised with what we've got coming up. Let's go forward 3 more years. I don't want to give any more spoilers away. Age of 30, FM16, here we come. I mean, it's just a bit mental, isn't it? Here we have him, 30 years old, 20 finishing, 20 long shots, 20 off the ball, 20 determination, 20 pace, 12 acceleration? It's a bit weird, but well, you can see here, he is just on a whole nother level. Of course, this year's Football Manager was when we started getting the real-time editor, so we can see here his current ability in the database was set at 192, so it had actually improved over the last 3 years. You can see he's coming off the back of a 48 goals season. I do believe that is the most goals he got in a league season for Real Madrid Ronaldo. But the numbers that he put in are just absolutely unholy. Obviously, his wages previously were £200,000 a week. That made him one of the biggest earners in FM16. FM13. Here in FM16, just shy of £500,000. It's enough to make a grown man weep. You can see here, obviously, some crazy achievements at Real Madrid. Won the Champions League the previous year. We all know what's going to be happening in the next few seasons. His career stats as well. You can see averaging more than a goal a game for Real Madrid. For Manchester United, he did have those slower few years. But still, 84 goals in 196 games is certainly, well, it's absolutely nothing to be scoffed at, is it? And it's just a bit scary how good Ronaldo was at this point. You can see he's got some PPMs, player preferred moves. I think these stayed the same between FM16 and FM19 that we'll go and revisit in a second. Perfectionist personality, either-footed. I'll be honest, at this point in his career, I thought he was going to retire at Real Madrid. I didn't think he'd, go to Juventus as he did. But, well, he did. Let's find out what else happened over the next 3 years of Football Manager action. FM19, here we come. And of course, it's worth saying, if you notice any crazy attribute swings that I don't notice, stuff that changes drastically, let me know it down in the comments, as well as any future players you'd like to see in a future Football Manager flashbacks. Anyway, guys, here we are. Le creme de la creme. Aged 33. His previous current ability was 192. It's gone up. Yes, Ronaldo's current ability has always gone up over the course of the last 10 years on a net gain, which, considering he's now 33 years old, is absolutely crazy. His wage is £1 million a week. I think Messi is the only player who eclipses that at £1.2 million. At 33 years old, still valued at £67 million. You can see he doesn't have that 20 finishing anymore, still has the 20 determination. His physicals, I mean, his acceleration's gone up, still either-footed, still a perfectionist. Media description, a legendary striker. I feel like it's pretty difficult to argue against that. Of course, £94 million paid. That is a record for a 33-year-old. You can see over the last 3 years, his numbers did tail off a little bit, was rested a little bit more, had a few little injuries here and there, but we're still averaging very, very close to a goal a game. Undeniably one of the world's greats. Very interesting to see how Football Manager has actually made him improve over the years. Generally, in Football Manager as a whole, players will peak at the age of kind of 27 to 30. I feel like it really illustrates just what a freak of nature Cristiano Ronaldo is. Undeniably, one of the football's global superstars. You can see now a natural striker, as well as just on the left-hand side. I'd argue he's more suited to playing a striker as well. I think his physicals have tailed off just a little bit, but that's been more than made up for with his improved aerial ability and improved mentals over the years. And, I feel like it's just incredible to see how far he's come along from being that player who was somewhat limited in his play and not considered good in the air in FM 2003 to a nomadic striker who will certainly go down in history. So guys, to cap off today's episode, gone forward in time here with Cristiano Ronaldo in Football Manager 2009. The year is 2018, and well, here is what the game thought might become of him. And to be fair, he looks pretty blooming good. Perhaps not in the same league that he was in, real life. You can see here his stats, kind of just a consistent 10-goal a season striker in the Premier League. Pretty disappointing average ratings considering how good he is in terms of his attributes. You can just look at them here. 20 dribbling still, 20 flair. His physicals have gone up. Of course, at 33, I imagine he has started to decline a little bit as a player. But, you can see here, still just a winger, not a striker in this game. But he has been absolutely superb. If we look at his achievements, I mean, I'm going to be honest, they're a little underwhelming. You can see he helped Manchester United to finish second in the Premier Division. If we just look at the Premier Division in 20... Well, we can have a look at it, can't we? We can see what the game thought the Premier Division would be in 2017-18. United finishing 6th. Not a great deal to write home about there. I mean, you can see here he's on £125,000 a week. I'm curious, how higher earning is that compared to the rest of the team? He is the highest earning player at Manchester United here. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure he's worth the kind of money they're paying. Anyway guys, that is going to wrap up this Football Manager flashbacks video of Ronaldo from me. Hopefully you have enjoyed this trip down memory lane. If you've got a footballer that you'd like to see the last 10 years of in Football Manager, leave them as a suggestion down in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, do leave a like on the video too. Experimenting with this series, something new, something different. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Maybe I'll see you on the next one. Subscribe if you're new around here. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.